Hello students, we are back on the videos for thermodynamics, and as in the last lecture we have started with the types of processes. In the segment we have seen three different types of processes: isothermal, isobaric and isochoric. These three types of processes we have seen in the previous lecture. We have enlisted all the possible type of process, all those processes that we are going to learn, and all those processes together were 7. Out of them 3 of we have seen, 4th we will start in present lecture. Okay. So now in present lecture we are going to move with 4th type of process. The 4th type of a process is a adiabatic process. Small theoretical objective might be asked on them. Simple questions which are based on very minor concept. Okay. Now first we will see what is a adiabatic process. When we consider a boundary for a basic term, we stated that boundary is a real or imaginary surface of a separation between system and surrounding. We will revise that segment because it is related to adiabatic. Now suppose this is a system and this one is surrounding, and these two are separated by some portion, this vertical line, this is called a boundary. Okay. Now this system can be a closed vessel, open vessel, reaction mixture, engine, body, living body, electronic gadget, anything, because system has no limit. As we discussed it can be anything in the universe. So system is separated from its surrounding by some body, and this by some boundary, and this boundary can be real or imaginary. Now here we are going to look out it as a real and a rigid boundary. When the boundary surface is a real and rigid, then it is the wall of container generally. Boundary surface जेव्हा रियल आणि रिजिड असतो, कॉमनली तो काय असेल मग, तर ती एक कंटेनरची वॉल असेल ज्या कंटेनरमध्ये काहीतरी केमिकल किंवा फिजिकल चेंज होणार आहे. ही जी रियल किंवा रिजिड टाईपची बाउंड्री आहे ह्याला 2 टाईप्समध्ये डिवाइड केलं जातं. इट इज ऑफ अ 2 टाईप. द फर्स्ट टाईप इज कॉल्ड डायथर्मस and second is called adiabatic. Now what is mean by dithermos and what is mean by adiabatic? Di for a 2 and thermos for a exchange. Here it is the meaning. Dithermos means boundary surface which can exchange heat from both sides. Means heat can be given out as well can be accepted from surrounding to system. This bidirectional exchange is possible through the boundary surface, then it is called as dithermos or diathermal. And when this exchange is forbidden, it is not allowed, then it is called adiabatic. So the boundary surface which do not allow exchange of energy or exchange of heat particularly between system and surrounding is called adiabatic boundary. And when the boundary is capable of allowing exchange of energy between system and surrounding, then it is called diathermos. Now this term adiabatic is related to our process. Now what is adiabatic process? The process in which there is no exchange of heat, which is denoted by Q, between system and surrounding. A type of process in which there is no exchange of heat between system and surrounding, then it is called adiabatic process. Now let us assume that certain reaction is conducted in a closed vessel which is perfectly insulated from its surrounding. Perfectly insulated stand for no exchange of heat is there between system and surrounding. This shaded region we purposely drawn to indicate that a very rigid and perfect insulating boundary surface is there, wall of container is there. So whatever change inside the container is conducted, suppose the change is A plus B converted to product, a chemical reaction it is. This chemical reaction has done at the cost of internal energy of the reactant only, because neither the energy is given out from the surrounding to system, nor the energy is liberated from system into surrounding. Both of the changes are not allowed, neither accepted nor donated, neither gain nor lost. So overall what we are able to state herein is that whenever a process is adiabatic type, then the system is perfectly isolated. Because the system which do not exchange neither energy nor matter with the surrounding, that is isolated. Now this is a perfect closed vessel, so there is no question of exchange of matter, because there is no exchange of energy. Heat is not allowed to get exchanged, then matter is a far greater thing. So matter and heat both are not allowed to exchange with the surrounding, means this particular system is isolated system. So as a conclusion, system is definitely isolated in adiabatic process. System adiabatic process मध्ये definitely isolated असतं. And next, boundaries of adiabatic system is always adiabatic type, and this is a basic conclusion. जर बाउंड्री सरफेसचं नेचर आपण डिफाईन करतो ॲडियाबॅटिक प्रोसेससाठी, तर ॲडियाबॅटिक प्रोसेसमध्ये बाउंड्री सरफेस तर परफेक्टली ॲडियाबॅटिक, परफेक्टली इन्सुलेटिंग असेल. ओके, सो ॲज एन कन्क्लुजन रिमेंबर, फॉर ॲडियाबॅटिक प्रोसेस वी कॅन डिफाईन इट लाईक it is the process in which there is no exchange of heat between system and surrounding is there. For adiabatic type of a change, we require an isolated system with a perfectly insulated boundary surface, with perfectly adiabatic boundary surfaces. Clear with it? Next thing, now when the process is a adiabatic, system will not lose heat to surrounding, nor it will accept heat from the surrounding. Now when system is neither losing nor accepting heat from the surrounding, we can say heat content for the system is always constant. Q is constant because heat is neither given out nor accepted, so Q is a 0. But temperature of the system, these do not remain constant. Now we might confuse with, when heat content is a constant, then why temperature is not constant? Because temperature is a function of a heat. When amount of heat is constant, then temperature should be constant. We are not stating that amount of heat is constant. We are stating that exchange of heat is 0. Heat is neither lost nor gained. That doesn't mean heat is always constant. No, this heat might be used for some other work which is conducted inside the container. It might be the case. Heat content may be used for some other purpose which is conducted in that perfectly insulated container. So heat content may vary. Exchange of heat is 0. Make it clear. When we state that Q is equal to 0, we simply mean to say exchanged amount of heat between system and surrounding is 0. We don't mean that heat content of the system is constant. If we mean so, then we have to state that temperature change is 0, because temperature is also constant. and when temperature is constant, obviously internal energy is also constant, but practically it is not so. For adiabatic type of process, heat content is variable but exchange of heat is zero, and because of that the temperature do not remain constant. Change in a temperature is a non-zero, and because change in temperature is non-zero, internal energy change is also non-zero. Clear? Now imagine a simple convention. It is a perfect insulated isolated system is conducting an adiabatic change which is of exothermic type. A plus B converted to C. Now whenever it is a exothermic change, it will release some heat. Means when A and B combine and convert into product C, along with product C, some heat will be given, produced. Now this is isolated system, so this heat will do not escape from the system because it is isolated, and that will remain inside the system. So this is not allowed, and this content remains in the system as it is. So when exchange of heat is not allowed and newly produced heat has a trapped inside the container, we will observe that for adiabatic change in adiabatic process, when exothermic change is there, when exothermic change occurs, temperature of system will increase, because in an exothermic change the heat has to be lost from system to surrounding, then it is exothermic. But here system is losing heat, surrounding is not accepting it, because system itself is not allowing the produced heat to move away. Alternatively, that heat content will persist inside the container, inside the system, and now because that heat is added to heat content of the system, temperature of system will increase. On other hand, if there is an endothermic change, obviously this change will require some heat from external source, and external source is not capable of providing heat to the system because system has a perfect insulated border. So this heat which is required for this particular endothermic change, it will be utilized from internal energy content of system, or we can say it is utilized from internal heat content of that system. So internal heat content of system is used for conducting an endothermic change in an adiabatic environment. As a result, net heat content will drop by some amount, and because heat content has dropped, we will observe that temperature of a system has decreased. Upward arrow stand for increased and downward arrow for decreased. Now make it clear it is. When adiabatic change is there, we have a clear conclusion that temperature of the system does not remain constant. This is variable, rise and fall, both are possible, and because temperature change is non-zero, internal energy change is also non-zero. There is no question about it. Next thing, whenever we conduct an exothermic change in an open vessel, our observation is that in exothermic change heat is given out, so temperature of system decrease, and when endothermic change is there, we have to supply heat from surrounding to that object, so temperature of a system increases. So in an open vessel, or we can say in open systems like isobaric change, the temperature of system increases when the change is endothermic. If it is endothermic change, then temperature of system increases, and if it is exothermic change, then the temperature of system decreases, which is reverse of conclusion. In adiabatic, temperature increase in exothermic change, whereas commonly temperature increase in endothermic change. This we need to memorize for a differentiation of adiabatic with ordinary or common types of processes. Okay, so let's sum up this one. Adiabatic is what? The process in which there is no exchange of heat between system and surrounding is there. When there is no exchange of heat, we can say Q is equal to 0. This Q means exchanged heat is 0. Heat content is a variable. Make it clear. Next, temperature of system changes. So, delta T is non-zero, and because of that internal energy also changes. Therefore, delta U is also non-zero for a adiabatic change. In adiabatic process, if the process is exothermic, then temperature of system increases, and if it is endothermic, then temperature decreases. Commonly, whenever there is an exothermic change in an open vessel, temperature decrease by some amount, and when it is endothermic, temperature increase by some amount. This all is interrelated. Now, next to this, we will move to next type of a process. Okay. In a list of different types of processes, we have enlisted fifth process as a cyclic process. So, next to adiabatic, we will move to cyclic process. Okay. Now, from the name, we have a basic idea. What is a cyclic process? The process which progress in a cycle. What is mean by progressing in a cycle? Progressing in a cycle simply means when a process we consider, it has a two terminal ends, a initial state and a final state. Now, when we consider a cyclic process, it is a multi-step process involving more than one steps. Now, what these steps are? Suppose the process has started from some initial point, here it is. Now, from here it is moved to some destination, it is proceed to next end, then move to some other destination, and finally move to the initial point. Now, this arrow indicate it's a final stage, and this initial indication it's the initial state. When the progress of a process is like this, that it is reaching back to the same point from where it is started, then this progress is called a cyclic. Simple. Many cycles we have seen, natural cycle, environmental, a biological term it is. A progress in which the process reaches to its initial state through various stages is a cyclic process. असा प्रोसेस ज्यामध्ये प्रोग्रेस ऑफ सिस्टीम मल्टी स्टेपमध्ये प्रोसीड होत जातो आणि तो पुन्हा इनिशियल स्टेटलाच बॅकवर्ड येतो, त्याला आपण सायक्लिक प्रोसेस असं म्हणतो. आणि प्रोसेस जर सायक्लिक असेल तर त्यात ॲटलिस्ट 2 स्टेप्स तरी असायलाच पाहिजे. सपोज इट इज स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट ॲट ए, सो इट इज मूव टू बी. नाउ दिस प्रोग्रेस कॅन नेवर बी अ सिंगल. हा तर एक सिंगल स्टेपमध्ये झालेला प्रोग्रेस आहे. ह्याला पुन्हा इनिशियल स्टेटला यायचं असेल तर ॲटलिस्ट दुसरं एक स्टेप तरी असायला पाहिजे. मीन्स वेन वी डील विथ अ सायक्लिक प्रोसेस वी कॅन हॅव अ बेसिक गाईडलाईन or basic conclusion that it can never be single step process. ही प्रोसेस सिंगल स्टेप प्रोसेस कधीच असू शकत नाही. Why? Because in a single step it will start from some initial and move to some other destination. For being cyclic, it has to return from that other destination to its initial destination. So, cyclic process involve at least 2 steps. So, first thing is clear that the process can never be with a single step or it is always a multi-step process. Multi-step involving at least 2 or more than 2 steps, that is a multi-step. Okay. Next thing, how to define it then? How we can say a process is a cyclic in a theoretical manner? So it is simple. Cyclic process is defined as it is the type of process for which initial and final states are same. The types of a process for which initial and final step are same means it is reaching to the same point from where it has started, then it is called a cyclic process. Okay. Now we will move back to the term state function and path function. What was a state function? State function were those physical properties or measurable physical properties which are dependent on initial and final state only, not on the progress. That is called a state function. Now when a state function is the function which depend on initial and final state, and for a cyclic process initial and final states are the same one. So we can say for a cyclic change in any state function, whatever the state function it is, temperature, pressure, volume, enthalpy, entropy, internal energy, Gibbs energy, number of moles, whatever it is. We have seen many of the state functions. Out of the all measurable physical properties, we concluded that heat and work are the only two physical parameters which are a path functions, and remaining all the physical properties associated with the system are their state function. So when the progress is a cyclic, we can say change in a state function is a zero. Whatever the state function we consider, change in pressure, zero, change in volume, zero, whatever the state function we would deal with, delta P equal to 0, delta V equals to 0, delta T equals to 0, delta N equals to 0, enthalpy change equal to 0, internal energy change is 0. Whatever state function we would consider, that all state function changes will be 0 for a cyclic process. Because for any change, what we will consider? Final minus initial. Final and initial are the same. So if they are same, then change in magnitude will be 0. Clear? Now one more prime conclusion we need to see. When the process is a cyclic, then we have a conclusion. If delta V is equal to 0, then work obviously taken as minus of P delta V. So work should be 0. According to basic equation for work done, work is equal to minus P delta V. On that basis we are looking, when delta V is 0, then work done should be 0. But for a cyclic process, it is not correct, because the change in a volume may be 0, but work done is not 0. We can't say that work is not done. Work is done. The progress has happened from destination to next and return to the initial value. So something change is there. Change means what? Change is a general term. Scientifically it means a work. Whatever change is there, whatever progress is there, that is some sort of work, some type of work, electrical, some whatever the type it is, but it is a work done. Mechanical असेल, electrical असेल, chemical असेल, कुठल्या तरी टाईपचं वर्कच आहे ना ते, काहीतरी चेंज होतोय म्हणजे ते वर्क डनच आहे. तर प्रोग्रेस सायक्लिक आहे, म्हणजे मूवमेंट तर होत आहे, starting from some point reaching to some other, and from that again returning to the initiation. So some change is there, some work is done obviously. Therefore for a cyclic change, as an conclusion we state this one: for a cyclic process delta V is equal to 0, but work done is not 0. सायक्लिक प्रोसेससाठी चेंज इन व्हॉल्यूम 0 असतो, पण वर्क डन कधीच झिरो नसतं. वर्क हे नॉन झिरो असतं नेहमी. ओके. नाउ टू गेट दॅट पॉइंट हाऊ दिस वर्क डन इज अ नॉन झिरो, वी नीड टू कन्सिडर अ न्यूमेरिकल व्हॅल्यू फॉर अ वर्क. And work is conventionally calculated as work equals to minus of pressure into V2 minus V1. This is equation for calculation of work done. Okay. Now how that equation is obtained, that we will see later on. We have a derivation for it, but now we will see how to use that equation when a certain progress is given. Okay. Now we are about to prove that for a cyclic change in volume can be zero value, but work done is a non-zero. And how to prove it? Let us consider that pressure is plotted against volume. Pressure आणि volume एकमेकांच्या against plot केलेलं आहे. A cyclic progress is drawn on it, starting from point A, moving to B, then C, and finally D. So A, B, C and D are the points. Now at the point A, vertically we have pressure. This pressure is 2 atmosphere and here it is 5 atmosphere. This corresponding volume is a 4 liter and this is 6 liter. Atmospheric pressure, volume in liter. Clear? Now what is work done in this whole cycle? Work done in this whole cyclic progress is nothing but work of cycle means work of AB plus work of BC plus work of CD plus work of DA. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 4 steps are there. Work of all 4 steps together means work of cyclic process. Okay. Now जर हे समेशनच झिरो येत असेल तर मग वर्क ऑफ सायक्लिक प्रोग्रेस झिरो होईल आणि हे समेशन जर नॉन झिरो आलं मग मात्र वर्क ऑफ सायक्लिक प्रोग्रेस नॉन झिरो असेल. तर आपण एक एक वर्क डन कॅल्क्युलेट करू हे इक्वेशन यूज करू. मायनस ऑफ पी डेल्टा व्ही. ना हाऊ टू कॅल्क्युलेट इट पहा. ए टू बी ह्या स्लॉटमध्ये इथून इथपर्यंत व्हॉल्यूम 4 लिटर कॉन्स्टंट आहे. सी टू डी ह्या स्लॉटमध्ये पुन्हा व्हॉल्यूम 6 लिटर कॉन्स्टंट आहे. इथं पण 6 लिटर आहे, इथं पण 6 लिटरच आहे. व्हर्टिकल प्रेशर आहे, हॉरिझॉन्टल व्हॉल्यूम आहे. ह्या पॉईंटला दोन्ही व्हॉल्यूम 6 आहेत, ह्या पॉईंटला दोन्ही व्हॉल्यूम 4 आहेत. तर जर व्हॉल्यूम कॉन्स्टंट आहे, डेल्टा व्ही जर झिरो असेल तर वर्क तर झिरो झालं. इथं पण डेल्टा व्ही झिरो आहे तर वर्क झिरो आहे. म्हणजे वर्क ऑफ ए बी झिरो, वर्क ऑफ सी डी हे पण झिरो आहे. कॅल्क्युलेट काय करायचं आपल्याला? वर्क ऑफ बी सी आणि वर्क ऑफ डी ए. डी पासून ए कडे चाललो आहे आपण आणि बी पासून सी कडे. वर्क ऑफ बी सी कसं कॅल्क्युलेट करू? प्रेशर ॲट पॉइंट बी अँड सी इज अ कॉन्स्टंट विच इज 5. सो इट इज मायनस ऑफ प्रेशर 5 मायनस प्रेशर इनटू V2 वॉल्यूम. फाइनल वॉल्यूम किती आहे? 6 मायनस इनिशियल वॉल्यूम किती आहे? 4. 6 मायनस 4 2 इंटू मायनस 5. कैलकुलेशन इज -10. तो वर्क ऑफ बी सी आलं -10. वर्क ऑफ डी ए, pressure at point D is 2, at A again it is 2, so work of DA can be taken as minus of 2 pressure, final volume V2 4, initial volume V1 6, 4 minus 6 minus 2 into -2 plus 4. Work of BC -10, work of DA +4, and sum of these two work done -6, which is theoretically a non-zero value. So as an conclusion we can say, in a cyclic process work done can never be zero, and this one is a mathematical proof for it. Now in present lecture we will stop here and we will relate with some other processes in a next lecture. Thank you.